pull the module out here of our case and kind of look at the actual PCB here, you'll notice that there is a dip switch here. There are 2 rows of silicon diodes coming in from the right to left, and from the left to right there are 2 rows of germanium diodes. And if you click down combinations of 2, like here I got these 2 from the right to left, click down, that's going to bring in symmetrical clipping, symmetrical silicone clipping, and if I push these 2 down, I'm going to have symmetrical germanium clipping. You can also mess around with the different ways you push those down to get different harmonics and timbres out of things. I feel like this is a lot more pronounced, the changes you're going to see in this, in the way this affects the signal when you're using a guitar versus just modular signals. But we're going to do some tests with that too, and so you can kind of see how those function and how they give you a little differentiation in your tone. All right, so now we're connecting our guitar directly into the input here of the 308 module. On the 308 module, there's a handy little trim pot that is an input impedance trim pot. When you're using it with modular signals, you're going to want to turn this all the way clockwise because that adds a 100K input impedance. However, with guitar signals, because they are quite a bit quieter than your modular level, you're going to want to open this all the way up and have 0 impedance here, about 0, and allow your guitar signal to come through. So you don't need another module like the Access. The Circuit IB Access really will add you a lot of extra tone control and bring your level up a little bit higher. And if you're using something like that already boosts your signal, you're going to want to turn it all the way clockwise as well. So because we don't have that module here in front of us right now, we are turning it all the way counterclockwise so we can let this full signal come through. So what you're hearing now is the guitar with the silicon diodes selected. And you can also see it on the scope here. Let's turn this up a little bit. Full tone and full drive. Let's back off the drive a little bit, add some tone, and put in our low-pass filter a little bit. So obviously which pickup you're selecting on your guitar, as well as the tone on your guitar and your volume, are also all going to affect this as well. Let's bring the filter all the way out again, turn the drive all the way up, and bring the tone about not quite even halfway. So that nice classic rat tone, you're getting that out of here. Let's select the germanium clipping diodes here now. So we got to pop up the silicon. Let me turn my guitar off. Let's pop up the silicon diodes here and now select the germanium diodes. It's a little grittier, a little dirtier. Bring up the dip switches here and don't have any of them selected, it's going to be a little louder. Now we've added 3 diodes in series with each one of these, so there's less of a volume drop. But if we pull them up here, we're just going to get a louder signal, but you're not going to have that clipping. And of course, you can kind of control that through your final mixer. So let's hear what it sounds like with none of the diode clipping, which is going to give you just a nice 308 clip. Still has a real nice clip to it. Okay, now we have the maths CV out of channel 4 here of the maths, and we are plugging that modulated signal like an LFO a little bit into the CV input, and you're going to get kind of a tremolo effect now when it moves the drive around. So check that out. Kind of neat, eh? Okay, let's slow that down a little bit. See what that's like. Okay, let's speed it up. Faster sort of tremolo, distortion tremolo. Okay, so now we have the CV coming out of the sequence 8 with various voltages set per step going into the CV input. And so you're going to get a variable kind of drive coming in through this. So check it out.